The Wild West was not just a land of gunslingers and gold rushes. It was a place where hoofbeats thundered across endless prairies, where the silhouettes of mighty stallions stood against blood-red sunsets, and where dust rose like ghosts in the wake of untamed speed. Beneath the scorching sun and beneath the silver glow of the moon, these legendary horses carved their names into history, not with words, but with the power of their gallop, the fire in their eyes, and the unwavering loyalty in their hearts. This is the story of the horses that shaped the frontier, their spirits as wild as the land they ruled. Deep in the canyons of Arizona, settlers spoke of a wild Mustang, massive, swift, and impossible to catch. His coat was the color of a stormy sky, his mane flowing like dark clouds rolling before the rain. They called him Thunder, for when he ran, the earth itself seemed to shake. Many had tried to tame him, cowboys with lassos and outlaws with traps, but none had succeeded. No man was worthy of riding Thunder. That was until the day Jesse Harper came to town. Jesse was a wanted man, a gunslinger whose name struck fear across the frontier. With lawmen closing in, he needed a horse faster than any other. He set his sights on Thunder. One moonless night, Jesse and his men set a trap, luring the stallion into a narrow gorge. Hooves pounded, nostrils flared, and for the first time Thunder was caught. Jesse climbed into the saddle, a wicked grin on his face, until the great Mustang reared, his wild spirit untamed. With a mighty buck, Thunder sent Jesse flying into the dust. As the outlaw scrambled to his feet, Thunder vanished into the hills, free once more. Some say he still runs wild to this day, his ghostly figure appearing when Thunder rolls over the desert. In the heart of battle, amidst the smoke and chaos of the Great Plains, one horse stood against the tide of war. He was a powerful bay, his muscles rippling beneath the sun, his hooves steady even as gunfire roared. His name was Comanche, and he rode into legend at the Battle of Little Bighorn. Carrying Captain Miles Keogh into the fray, Comanche galloped through a hail of arrows and bullets, unwavering in his charge. But fate was cruel that day. The cavalry fell, the dust settling over a battlefield of silence. When reinforcements arrived, they found only one survivor, Comanche. Wounded, bleeding, but standing tall. The soldiers who discovered him knew he was no ordinary horse. He had fought, endured, and survived. He was taken back to the fort, where he was cared for with the highest honor. From that day forward, no one rode Comanche again. He became a living legend, the only horse in history to be given a military funeral. The Texas night stretched endless and black, the stars like scattered diamonds in the sky. Through the shadows a silver stallion raced, his hooves barely touching the ground. His name was Silver Blaze, and on his back, a young Pony Express rider carried the most important message of his life. Daniel Cole had been given a mission, to deliver a letter that could change the fate of Texas. But outlaws had other plans. They waited in ambush along the canyon trail, their guns drawn, their eyes gleaming with greed. As the first shot rang out, Silver Blaze reacted before Daniel could. The stallion swerved, leaping over a fallen log, his speed unmatched. Through narrow passes, over rivers, past ghostly silhouettes of cacti, he ran like the wind itself. By dawn, the letter had reached its destination, and justice was served. The governor himself honored Silver Blaze, calling him the Midnight Messenger. And so his legend lived on, a horse faster than bullets, carrying the hopes of a nation on his back. Not all heroes of the West were warriors. Some were simply loyal friends. Dakota was one such horse, a gentle Appaloosa with a heart as vast as the plains. He belonged to a Lakota boy named Chaska, who had been raised among the whispering grasses and endless skies. They were inseparable, riding together through golden fields, racing the wind and learning the ways of their ancestors. One winter, a cruel blizzard swept across their village, burying the land in ice and snow. The people were starving, their supplies running low. With no other choice, Chaska and Dakota set out on a journey to find food. The storm howled, turning the world into a blinding white wasteland. But Dakota pushed on, his breath steaming in the frozen air, his steps sure even when Chaska could barely see. When they finally returned, bundles of food on Dakota's back, the village wept with joy. The gentle horse had saved them all. Dakota was not known for speed or battle, but for something even greater, love and loyalty. The Wild West may be a distant memory, but its spirit lives on in the legends of these horses. They were more than just animals. They were warriors, messengers, and loyal companions. Their hoofprints remain, imprinted in the stories of the frontier, carried by the wind over open plains. Even now, when the sun sets over the west, and the prairie whispers in the twilight, some say you can still hear them. The echo of hooves, running wild and free, forever a part of history.